the perfect predator, and the woman who escaped he was known as the perfect predator, because once he chose you, no one ever escaped. Until one night, a 20-year-old woman refused to die. This is the true story of Cara Robinson. On a quiet evening in South Carolina, Cara Robinson was walking alone. It wasn't late. It wasn't dark enough to feel dangerous. She was thinking about ordinary things. Life. Tomorrow. Plans that seemed important just moments before. Nothing felt wrong. But somewhere behind her, someone was watching. A car slowed down beside her. The driver rolled down his window. He looked normal, clean-cut, calm, the kind of man you'd pass on the street without a second thought. He asked a simple question. Directions. Cara turned slightly, preparing to answer. That's when he lifted his hand and showed her the gun. Cara watched with fright while the driver pulls out a gun on her. No warning, no struggle, no chance to scream. The gun pressed into her side as he ordered her into the car. Seconds later, the door slammed shut. The engine roared, and Cara Robinson disappeared. Fear flooded her body. Her heart pounded so hard she thought it might burst. But something remarkable happened. She didn't panic. She didn't beg. She didn't scream. Instead, she watched. Every turn, every street sign, every traffic light. She counted seconds in her head. Because deep down, she understood something terrifying. If she lost control of her mind, she would lose her life. The man said very little as he drove. He didn't shout. He didn't threaten. That made it worse. Predators who stay calm are the most dangerous ones. Eventually, he pulled into an apartment complex. He led her inside. The door closed behind them. And Cara realized this wasn't a mistake. Inside the apartment, her eyes took everything in. A bed bolted to the floor. Ropes. Handcuffs. A gun placed within easy reach. This wasn't his first time. She was not the first. He handcuffed her wrists and forced her onto the bed. Then he left the room. The silence was crushing. Cara's mind raced. This was the moment when most people break. This was when fear turns to panic. But Cara did something different. She looked down at the handcuffs, and she noticed something small. Something most people would miss. They weren't locked properly. One side was loose. Her heart slammed against her ribs. This was it. A chance. But she didn't move. Because survival isn't just bravery. It's patience. One wrong move, and he would kill her. So she stayed still. Waiting. Listening. Timing everything. When the man returned, Cara made a choice. A dangerous one. She didn't fight him. She didn't resist. She talked. She smiled. She laughed at his jokes. She asked questions. She made eye contact. She didn't act like prey. She made herself human. This was psychological survival. Predators don't want people. They want objects. He felt him relax. His voice softened. He talked about himself. His job. His life. His confidence grew. That was her opening. Eventually, he stood up and said he was going to take a shower. He left the room. The door closed. The water turned on. And in that moment, Cara Robinson didn't hesitate. Her hand shook violently as she slipped out of the loose cuff. She stood up. Every sound felt deafening. She grabbed the gun. Her fingers barely worked. She unlocked the door. And she ran. Barefoot. Bleeding. Terrified. Her feet hit the pavement as she sprinted through the apartment complex. She didn't scream. She didn't slow down. She didn't look back. She ran like her life depended on it. Because it did. She reached a nearby house and pounded on the door. Screaming. Crying. Begging for help. The door opened. And everything changed. Police arrived within minutes. Cara was shaking uncontrollably as she told them what happened. She described the apartment, the man, the car, every detail she had memorized. Officers rushed to the apartment complex. What they found inside shocked even seasoned detectives. Photos, weapons, restraints, evidence linking the man to multiple unsolved murders. The man who kidnapped Cara Robinson was not just a criminal. He was a serial killer. His name was Richard Evans, and Cara Robinson was supposed to be his next victim. During interrogation, Evans showed no remorse. But Kara showed something else entirely. Strength. She worked with detectives. She identified evidence. She relived the nightmare again and again. In court, she testified calmly, clearly, without fear. Her voice never wavered. She looked directly at the man who almost killed her, and she spoke the truth. Her testimony helped ensure he would never hurt anyone again. Evans was sentenced to life in prison. Later, detectives said something chilling. If Kara hadn't escaped that night, she would have been his next confirmed victim. Years later, Kara Robinson would speak publicly about her experience, not as a victim, but as a survivor. She explained that survival didn't come from being the strongest person in the room. It came from paying attention, from controlling fear, from understanding that even in the darkest moments, you still have choices. Her message is simple, but powerful. Sometimes, survival isn't about strength. It's about clarity in the moment that matters most. And because of that clarity, the perfect predator was stopped by a woman who refused to disappear.